Fear is a primal feeling. It's what has kept us humans alive since day one. Our survival is greatly dependent on fear, and at the center of it lies our fear of death. Fears are transmitted, inherited, and easily constructed. Fear can cripple us, make us easily manipulated and vulnerable. Yet so many of us are seeking it, whether by actively being in the center of danger by being suspended thousands of meters in the air, or diving in the cold, dark ocean with killer sharks, or even under the warmth of a blanket with a horror book or a scary movie. And with the introduction of video games as an immersive medium, people can now explore horrifying experiences safely yet deeply and personally. Horror video games have been a great success as a genre, but that doesn't mean that all horror video games are great or even scary. And speaking of scary, Stephen King explained that there are 3 types of terror. Now let me quote, "The gross out. The sight of a severed head tumbling down a flight of stairs. It's when the lights go out and something green and slimy splatters against your arm. The horror. The unnatural. Spiders the size of bears, the dead waking up and walking around. It's when the lights go out and something with claws grab you by the arm. And the last and worst one. Terror. When you come back home and notice everything you own had been taken away and replaced by an exact substitute. It's when the lights go out and you feel something behind you. You hear it. You feel its breath against your ear. But when you turn around, there's nothing there." Thank you, Stephen King. That's, ladies and gentlemen, the subtle horror. Now that takes us to the bachelor's topic. An investigation of the subtlety of horror in video games, and exemplary development of characters and environments in this field, with the supervision of Professor Bjorn. So what I like to do is have 30% theoretical and 70% practical. For the theoretical portion in my investigation, I would like to cover these points. What is horror? What makes us scared? And what's the psychology behind us seeking horror and always trying to feel frightened? And how games add to the experience. Does it make it better, worse? And what makes horror subtle? And if subtle horror is most effective when it comes to games. As for the practical part, I will take my findings from the theoretical part and try to create horrifying environments and character art. No gore, no severed body parts, no obvious grotesque monsters, just art that makes your hair stand and your spine tingle. You know, just some subtle horror.